Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog. Let's see if we have this fish still on. Yeah. So we are actually here at the Ukraine map, and instead of doing a really long video here, I may do a little shorter one because, frankly, I think it makes sense for us to target wild carp here. So I'm going to kind of show you the spot that we're doing that and the approach we're using with baits, and we did make a special ground bait for this. That so far at least does not seem to be repelling them. Wild carp, not necessarily the most difficult fish to catch though. This has been a wild carp spot for a long time, and you can do pretty well here. But at times it can be streaky and it can be a little slow at times. So instead of just sitting here for long periods of time waiting for wild carp to bite, I think I'm just going to kind of show you the spot here and then wrap it up relatively quickly. Now, one thing I like is this is a rating participant. In other words, these wild carp do have a chance of giving us those hero tokens. So I like that. The daily quest here goes up to 57.6 kilos. So that's why wild carp make a lot of sense, because they can get some size to them. We've caught a couple small ones for now, but if you look at the records, wild carp actually go up to 20 kilo. It's not unusual to see 15, 16, 17, 18 kilo wild carp. As far as I know, nut as the bait is just the best approach, right? There's a lot of cool fish on this map. This actually is a really fun map. So there's a lot of different things you can go for here, but because of how much weight you need for the daily, I think wild carp just makes sense. So let's look and see what we are in fact targeting them with. Well, first let's catch the fish, so that you'll have as many opportunities to see a wild carp as possible before. By the way, if we get one that's like 10 plus kilos, we'll be chasing it on the boat, because even with our nice carp setups here, they are really good fighters, these wild carp are. So it's worth doing. Which, by the way, if you cast kind of over in this direction, I think you can catch maybe silvers and grass carp and stuff over there. So there are other options even in this spot of things you can target. Of course, you'd use different baits, but yeah, it's another wild carp that's just not that big. How far does the net go in this game? Oh, just far enough. Rating participant. Come on, give us that hero coin. We haven't gotten another one yet, have we? Let's make sure we haven't gotten another one. Still just one hero star for the May event. Okay, let's check out what we're using to fish for these. So you're always going to use nut. I think if you want to get larger wild carp, you probably are better off going with size 3 hooks. I may switch at least one of these to size 3. But I figured we'll start with size 2 just to see what kind of bite rate we can get on them. We made up our own ground bait that has a clay base. It's the first time I've used clay as my base. We've got mint and grain and then some compound feed in there as well. Just really didn't know what to go with because the bait is so different with the nut bait. And so I just sort of put that together. Again, so far, at the very least, it doesn't seem to be repelling them. I don't know how much it's actually attracting them. It's the nut bait that they seem to really like. So, and once again, another wild carp. So we're already up to 10 kilos. So it won't necessarily take that long to get to 57. But as I said, especially coming up here on nighttime, I could see it taking a little while. Just with the bite rate. So we'll catch this fish. I'll give it another minute or two. If we can get lucky and get another one on the line, we'll catch that one as well. But if not, we'll just go ahead and wrap it up. Let me show you where we are on the map, by the way, and kind of where we're casting here. I wonder what the chances are on any given fish that you're going to get one of those hero stars. Okay, so you actually spawn in right here. So we're right here at spawn. There's the store and the van where you sell the fish, which these wild carp are worth a decent amount of silver, especially when they get bigger. But even still, we're already up to 62 silver and we've hardly caught anything. So you come in here and spawn. Oh, we've got another fish on. Can we actually hit the 5 kilo mark on this one? I'm not sure that we can. It's another pretty small one. We are hitting those 3 kilos. Yeah, maybe I should switch to a little bit larger hooks here. But we're casting here from this dock and just trying to cast it out far enough to get into a little bit of the deeper area. Ooh. This one might be a little bit bigger. Still nothing to write home about, but it might be slightly bigger than the others have been. Nope. Another small guy, right at 3 kilos. So we'll go to 3. Put the nut back on. And I think we'll start to see a little bit larger species maybe with the size 3 hooks. Let's hope so. So yeah, we're just casting here from the dock. The dock actually is where you can catch a lot of fish. If you want to go for the golden crucians, some of the more common fish, they're all over the place in here. I know I've caught a lot of rammed. So if you look at fish on the lake, you've got rammed. You can catch these right off the dock. Roach. I mean, a lot of just the sort of the normal common fish are all in here. I think you can catch leech over here. I seem to remember some of the baits that you can turn, some of the things you can catch that then you then turn into baits are in this area as well. And yeah, a couple of different boats here. Like I said, it's a nice big area. Down here, some good spin fishing in this deeper area. You can cut across from the store and go straight back here. You can do some pretty good fishing off the coast over here as well. I've actually spent a decent amount of time fishing on this map because it does tend to be pretty good. Oh, I think this dock is new. Yeah, this dock is new. He added a boat on this side, which is so nice. You had to always drive the boat around. So yeah, now fishing off this dock would be amazing. And you've got a boat right there if you hook into something big. Alright, let's see if me jabbering away has given a chance for a fish to be on. Doesn't look like it, but let's double check. I don't know if the wild carp slow down a lot at night, but they might. Yeah, it looks like we do not have a fish on. Carp hunters. Okay, as a teaser for next episode, if we keep going past Ukraine, after level 12, the next place will be Poland, which I do believe is the fly fishing, the first fly fishing area. Maybe we'll do a little bit of fly fishing, I don't know. Let's see what what things look like. It's honestly, it's not my favorite map. Sometimes just going for Bream or something like that to get the daily done pretty quick is nice. It looks like he's added an angler's house. You have to be level 30, which I'm not yet. But I didn't even hear about that, so that's interesting. I wonder if it's sort of similar to what RF4 has done with their house in terms of putting up trophies, or if it's something else. I just don't know. Hopefully we'll get there eventually. Okay, looks like we're catching a fish on our front line, that we have the larger hook. Let's see if it made a difference in the size of this wild carp. I don't think it did. I promise you, there are some really big wild carp here in this spot. And don't know if it's time of day or just, this is definitely one of those spots where, when I'm doing dailies, or even when I was lower level, I mean, if you have the equipment or you get used to chasing them down with the boat, you can make some pretty good silver and XP here, going for wild carp and some of the other species on this map. So this is a good spot to just kind of hang out for a bit if you're trying to get some of that silver built up, or get some levels under your belt when you first are able to come to this map. Okay, so what did we catch here on the size 3 hook? 3.147. And we're almost halfway on the daily quest. This is another small wild carp. I think I'm going to end up putting size 3 hooks on all 3 of them, just to limit the amount of undersized wild carp we're catching as much as we can. I don't think the answer is putting a 4 on there. I think 3 is as big as you'd want to use for this size carp, but we've just been a little unlucky on the sizes, I think. Very small. And I do wonder if they'll get a little better once we get back to morning time. That is also possible. Okay, as always, thanks for watching. We'll check out Poland next time. Take a look at the first fly fishing map in the game, and see what our daily looks like there. I will see you next time.